That's great. There's actually chunks of cherry in there. That's really good. Let's try it on one of these cookies. What's going on? Germs here, back with another review. Today, by request, we're going to be doing a German Unpacking, or EPA, or Combat Ration Individual. This is going to be Type 1, and this is going to be a best before date of September 30th, 2024. So I believe this Type 1 here is going to have beef goulash with noodles, bean stew with sausages, and instant chocolate muesli, among a whole lot of other things. So this is a very big ration, and I believe it's going to have anywhere from 3,000 to 3,600 calories in it. Let's see how much this thing weighs. Comes in at 4 pounds and 9.8 ounces, or 2.09 kilograms. So that's a big dog. So I wanted to mention I bought this on eBay, and I got it from a seller that I've mentioned on the channel before. I'll make sure to throw his store name somewhere in here, and I'll put a link down below. If you're looking for foreign rations, if you're in the US, check this guy out, because all of these are already in the US. So that means that you will get them and they will be intact. All right, so let's get this thing opened up. Got our matches. We've got 4 isotonic drinks, and they're all going to be right around 150 calories, give or take. We've got lemon, we've got grapefruit, we've got orange, and we have exotic. We've got some cookies, and these are going to be 475 calories. Some pork jerky spicy curry, high protein. This is going to be 80 calories. Got some more cookies, and these are going to be 475 calories. This is going to be a tin of rye bread, and this is going to have 180 calories. Wasn't quite sure about this stuff in the first German EPA review that I did, so I'm hoping I can give this another shot and see if I like it any better. We've got some beerwurst, or beer sausage, and the calorie information per 100 grams, this is 48 grams. So this is going to actually be like roughly 118 calories. Not even going to try to pronounce this, but it translates to beef lion air with vegetable oil, and this is going to be roughly 130 calories. This is going to be some black currant jam, and there's no calorie count on this, but I'm going to guess like 100 calories. This is some sour cherry jam. That sounds good. I'm going to guess 100 calories for this too. We've got a fruit mix, and this is going to be 165 calories. So here we've got a chili butter spread. We've had this in the first German EPA that I did, and it was really good. This is going to be about 110 calories. We had this too, and this was really good. This is lemon pepper tuna, and this is going to be 186 calories. And this is going to be our apple apricot fruit dessert. We had this as well, and it was really good. And it's a 30-gram bag, so this is going to be roughly 120 calories. We've got a 25-gram chocolate bar, and I think this is going to be roughly 130 calories. Here's our chocolate muesli, and it's not quite 100 grams, so that's going to be roughly 320, I guess. So here's one of our mains. This is going to be a hearty casserole with red beans and cabbage sausage, and this is a 300-gram portion, so this is going to be 330 calories. All right, here's our other main. This is the pork goulash with noodles, and this is going to be roughly 300 calories. Found another chocolate bar in the package. Let's open up our accessory packet. You get 2 packs of tissues or bung fluff, 2 packs of vegetable bouillon, and these are basically no calories. You got 2 packs of instant coffee, 2 packs of tea. So we've got a cappuccino, and this is a 18-gram pack, so this is going to be roughly 80 calories. 1 pack of coffee creamer. Got some chewing gum. We have 4 4-gram packs of sugar. That's going to be roughly 64 calories. Got a disinfectant wipe, 2 packs of salt, 4 water purification tablets, this informational sheet that basically tells you what's in all of the EPA menus, and it gives weights for everything too. And that's it. This thing packs a lot of food, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate all that out into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, how I think I would do it, and then we'll be back for breakfast. All right, so I've got this laid out into a breakfast that I think I would have. It's going to be a kind of a light breakfast. We're going to do the chocolate muesli, the 2 jams, the cookies, isotonic drink orange, and we're going to make a mochaccino. So like I mentioned, I have reviewed one of these before, and it was really, really good. It took me until about the 3rd meal to realize that it was actually a vegetarian meal. It was that good. I had no idea until like the very end. It was excellent. So I'm really excited to try this one out. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, first things first, let's make this muesli. We had this in the first one. It was really good. Smells good. This calls for 150 mils of cold water. They don't give you a spoon, so I'm using the US MRE spoon. Give it a little stir. Let's give it a little shake. And you know what? I'm actually going to put some creamer in that. Somebody in the comments didn't like that I was using hot water in muesli. So I'm using cold water this time, but I'll probably get yelled at for putting creamer in that. I'm not going to put any sugar in it yet. I might. Set that back over there. Let's make our mochaccino. Just eyeball in here. So actually, that wouldn't be a mochaccino. That's actually a cappuccino. So it's just going to be a stronger cappuccino. I'm actually going to put some sugar in it. Just going to go for it. All right, going to set him back over here. Let's make our orange drink. This calls for 500 mils of water. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that much in here, so we'll just do what we can. Let's give that a stir. Set him over here. All right, the instructions say to eat that right away. So I'm going to eat this right now. This time I'm smart and I'm going to use a bowl. Might as well get these crackers or cookies out real quick. All right, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Yeah, I think the first one that I did, I heated the water up. Didn't do cold water. That's very good. It does not need sugar. It's perfect the way it is. I can't remember if I put sugar in the first one I had or not. It definitely doesn't need it. And it is better cold. It really is. So whoever commented on my French video about putting hot water in with the muesli, you were right. Cold water's better. Let's have some coffee. Sorry, cappuccino. That is very, very good. It's not too sweet even though I put sugar in it. It's just right, very bold, great coffee flavor. It's very good. All right, I'm excited to try this sour cherry jam. You can try a little bite on its own. That's great. There's actually chunks of cherry in there. That's really good. Let's try it on one of these cookies. Not sure you can see in there, but there is chunks of cherries in there. And it's very, very tasty. Oh yeah. This is right up my alley. Where I'm from in northern Michigan, there's some of the best tart cherries grown anywhere in the world, and that's the taste I'm getting. That's what it reminds me of, Traverse City cherries. Yeah, this is awesome. This is good stuff. These cookies are actually cookies. I wasn't sure if they were going to be like biscuits as far as like crackers or if they were actually cookies. They're actually cookies. I could have used a tub about 3 times this size. This stuff is so good. Let's try this black currant jam. Try a little bit of this on its own. Oh, it's dripping. I don't think Ration Kitty's going to like this. Oh, that is really good. That's awesome too. Both of these jams are top notch. Kind of a sour taste with this too. Sour and sweet. That is excellent. It's so good. I really want more of that jam. Both of those were just top notch. They're so good. All right, so I'm going to do this. Probably going to get yelled at. I like mixing it up, man. Doesn't help, doesn't hurt. I really like these, looks like rice puffs, chocolate rice puffs. It's just so natural tasting. And the chocolate is not overpowering. It's almost like a darker tasting chocolate. And you get little chocolate chunks throughout. Wow, these are sturdy napkins. Very nice. Might as well just drink the rest. Let's try out this orange drink. Need to give it a little stir. I think I had this one in the first EPA I did, and I don't think I really cared for it. Let's give it a shot. No, it wasn't this one I didn't care for. This is really good. This tastes like orange juice, like natural squeezed orange juice. It really does. I don't know how they did that. Like the Canadian IMP that I just did last week, that thing tasted like McDonald's orange drink or High C or Tang. This does not taste like that. This tastes like orange juice. I don't know how they do it. That's incredible. That is really good. My only issue is I didn't add 500 mils of water, so it is really sweet, but it is really, really good. All right, well, that was breakfast. That was a good breakfast. I'm going to save those cookies just in case I might need them for lunch or dinner, but those are really good, and I will eat those. And I'm going to see if Mrs. Germs wants some cappuccino or some of that orange juice. Overall, very, very good breakfast. That muesli is excellent. Those two jams, outstanding. Everything in this breakfast, outstanding. So I'm going to go get this cleaned up, and I've got about 18 inches of snow to clear probably outside. So I'll see you back here in a couple hours. A lot of fucking snow. All right, so we're back with lunch, and it's actually the next day. I was out snowblowing the driveway, got about halfway done, and then it broke. So I had to spend some time trying to find something around the house to fix it with, just so I could finish up the driveway. So by that time, it was late, and I just decided I'm going to wait until the next day and film the rest of this. So for lunch, I decided to have these stewed red beans with cabbage sausage, the lemon pepper tuna. We're going to put that on the rye bread, and then we're going to have this beer sausage, some fruit mix, a chocolate bar, some tea, and we've got this vegetable bouillon, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it and drink it, or maybe I could put it on this. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Being the next day, it is lunchtime. I haven't eaten yet today, so I am really hungry. So I'm really excited to get into this because I know that these mains are going to be really good. The Erasco brand is what I had in the first German EPA that I did, and those were really, really good, even though they were vegetarian. These aren't, so I'm excited. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. All right, first things first, we need to get this main heating up in some boiling water. While that does its thing, let's make some tea. So this is going to be a black tea extract, and it calls for 450 mils of water, so that's almost 2 cups. It's a good thing I have a big mug here. Just eyeballing it. And I am going to put some sugar in there. Not a big fan of sugar in my coffee, but I do like it in tea. Set him back here. Let's make this lemon isotonic drink. We'll set him back here. Let's get this fruit mix out. So you got cranberries, dried pineapple, papaya, dried mango, banana chips, and coconut. Sounds really good. Let's get this chocolate bar out. Looks pretty good. Let's get this rye bread out. They give you a lid, so if you don't eat all of it, you can save it for later. Pretty nice. There it is. Smells like I remember. Let's get this lemon pepper tuna fish out, made by Orfo, that's out of Denmark. I'm sure Ration Kitty might be around now with this being out. Let's check out this beer sausage. There it is. Smells wonderful. Something I just thought of, I might actually use some of this on the bread with the tuna. Not quite sure yet. Let's make ourselves a tuna fish sandwich. If I remember right, this stuff is really good. Yeah, I think this is going to be great with that. Just put a little bit on, about half of it. All right, let's make this sandwich. There we go. Let's give this a shot. As I mentioned before, I'm not the biggest fan of tuna, but as with the last German, this is actually pretty good. This rye bread is pretty good. I think the stuff in the German ration that I had that I suspected was maybe off a little bit, I think it was. This does not taste like that at all. It's definitely different though. It's got a totally different texture than any rye bread here in the United States. But I don't mind it. It's not bad. Especially for a canned rye bread. Let's finish this up. It's messy. The tuna is really good. Very kind of sweet and lemon flavor with sour. And then there's peppercorns actually in that. So it's really, really good contrast. The sweet and the sour with the pepper. It's good stuff. Last bite of this. There's a lot of food here. I'm already starting to get full. And I still have the whole main to eat. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. Might be for Ration Kitty right there. Let's try out this beer sausage. Get a taste on its own. Let's see if this will go good on the rye bread. That's good stuff. It's not a pate. It's kind of like bologna, only more like bratwurst flavor, I guess, or Polish sausage type flavor. It's really good. Got a smokiness to it, and it's fantastic. Like I said, I think it's more like the flavor of bologna, but a little smokier and almost a bratwurst vibe. Actually, more like liverwurst, but without the liver. That's what it reminds me of. I don't think this would be good on the rye bread. It's fantastic on its own. I'm going to try this. I mean, this stuff is basically like cheese, so this, I'm sure, is going to be really good. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. That's a good combo. You get some heat, some cheesiness, that sausage, really good. Last bite of this. That was outstanding. Need a drink of this now. So far, what I've eaten is really salty. And there should be lots of sodium in these rations. Soldiers are going to need lots more sodium than the average person because they need to replenish all that sodium from all the sweat and all the work all day. So they need more sodium. That lemonade is really good and it tastes just like fresh lemonade. I don't know how they're doing this, but their drinks, they're outstanding. All right, let's go get that main. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's really hot. There it is. Oh, that smells delightful. You can see the sausage in there. And I actually think I'm going to need a bowl for this. Yeah, this looks like a really hearty stew. You got big old red beans in there. You got carrots. You got onions. You have corn. This sausage in a nice tomato-based soup or stew. Yeah, this looks amazing. It smells really good. I don't really see cabbage in there, but you can definitely smell the cabbage. That has a great flavor. The sausage is really tender, and that's where the cabbage is. I believe it's in with the sausage. The soup is tomato based, and it's very, very good. It's kind of on the sweeter side, but it's excellent. And the beans are really good in this. I also like the addition of corn and carrots. What strikes me most is how homemade this tastes. It's like it was just made yesterday in a grandma's kitchen. It does not taste canned whatsoever. I'm not quite sure what kind of sausage this is, but what it kind of reminds me of is ham and cabbage soup. That's what it reminds me of. And it's excellent. It's a very mild sausage. The soup is on the thicker side and it's very hearty. Need a drink? I think this would be really good in this, but it's almost empty. So I'm just going to get what I can out of here and put it in and see how that tastes. Let's mix that up. See how that is. Yeah, I kind of wish I put all that in to begin with. That is really good. Yeah, that added some creaminess and some heat. And the dish kind of almost has a chili vibe anyways. So it actually worked really well. Just going to drink the rest. That was awesome. That was so good. I'd be so happy with that if I were a soldier. Holy cow. That's good stuff. Let's try out our black tea. That's pretty good black tea. Let's try out this fruit mix. That's a really good mix. Very fresh, not too sugary, very good. And it kind of brightens up this lunch a little bit. It's good stuff. Let's try out this chocolate. Very good chocolate. It's darker chocolate. Starts out real crunchy, melts in your mouth nicely, and becomes nice and creamy. Let's try this. Little chocolate with the fruit mix. That's a good combo. That's the way to do it. Last bite of this. I'm not going to make this. It's just vegetable bouillon. It wouldn't have been good in that. So I really don't know what the point of making this is. So I'm not going to. All right, well, there you have it. That was the lunch of this German EPA Type 1. A lot of food right there. Some of this stuff, like the fruit mix and the chocolate bar, you could easily just save for later. However, a soldier that's burning tons of calories may sit down and eat all this because they need to. The tuna fish was tuna fish. It was okay. This rye bread is decent. It's definitely different than what I'm used to. It's more grainy and kind of falls apart more. But what I like about it is very hearty, very dense, and very nutritious. The star of lunch, though, was that red bean stew with cabbage sausage. That was outstanding. I have no complaints with this lunch. Very good lunch. Well, I'm going to get all this cleaned up, and I'll be back in about 3 or 4 hours for dinner. All right, so we're back with dinner. Let's wrap this ration up. So for dinner, we're going to have the pork goulash with noodles. We're going to have the apple apricot fruit dessert. We're going to try out this spicy curry pork jerky. We're going to have some of this beef lioner, chocolate bar, and the cookies. So far, this ration has been outstanding. I am extremely happy with it. And I ordered this ration specifically because the menu sounded really good. If I'm going to spend my money on rations, I'm going to buy something that I think I'm going to like. I'm not going to buy something that I don't like. So I'm excited for this dinner, and I think it's going to be really good. So let's slap this down and dig in. Perfect. First things first, let's get this pork goulash boiling in some water. While that boils, let's make this fruit dessert. Calls for 110 to 150 mils of cold water. There it is, looks good. I'm going to do about 120 mils. I don't want it super soupy. Let's give that a stir. Let's fold this up. Give it a little shake. Set that back there. Let's quickly make some drinks. Feeling like coffee tonight. Let's try out this exotic drink. The grapefruit drink, I'm going to do something special with at the very, very end after the outtakes. Ooh, that smells really good. Not quite sure what that is. Let's get these cookies out. We had these in the first one, and they're really, really good. They're little chocolate cookies. Let's get this jerky out. Ooh, that smells really good. Get our chocolate bar out. So while we wait for that main, let's try out this beef lioner. I think this is like a bologna, and there's beef in it. I believe there's carrageenan in it, and I think there's pistachios in this too. Not really sure, but we're going to give this a shot. Yeah, there it is. It almost looks like there might be pistachios in there. Ooh, that smells really good. Let's give it a shot. There it is. Looks just like bologna. And that's what it tastes like. Tastes like bologna, but really, really, really good bologna. That stuff is excellent. Just like the beer sausage in the lunch was excellent. This is excellent too. I wish I had more of that spicy chili butter. That is really, really good. It's mild. It's not too garlicky, not too salty. Very, very good flavor. That is excellent. I mean, it makes sense. From Germany, it's got to be really good. There's kind of a cross section of it. You can see it looks a lot like bologna. It's so good. I can handle that. Kind of excited for this exotic drink. Not quite sure what it is, but I'm quite sure I like it. So I translated the pouch. Doesn't say what kind of fruit it should taste like. Just says exotic. So that's exotic, but whatever it is, it's good. Let's try out this jerky. Thin strips of jerky. Because that's pork, it's not quite as tough as beef. And you can really taste that curry flavor. It's excellent. And you get a little bit of heat. Last bite of this. That'd be a great snack to throw in your pocket and save for later. Let's go grab our main. Let's get this opened up. There it is. And I almost feel like I need a bowl again. Oh, that smells wonderful. You can smell the peppers in there. Definitely some peppers, either red bell pepper or green. So these are apparently Roland peppers, and there's onion in there. There's oregano, big chunks of pork. There it is. Big chunk of pork with some pepper and a noodle. Yeah, this is definitely different than any goulash I've had, but I really, really like it. The pork is really tender. The peppers are a very prominent flavor throughout this, and I really, really enjoy that. This is excellent. This is really good. The goulash I usually have is kind of like spaghetti. It's more of an Italian tasting goulash. This is like the German spin on it, and I really like it. It's awesome. I need to make it like this. The tomato sauce that is the base of this does not taste Italian at all. There's probably a lot of you cursing me right now for saying goulash is Italian. That's not really what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's how I've always had it. I believe goulash is Hungarian in origin. This does not taste Italian. I think it probably tastes more like the Hungarian style. And I'm not a culinary expert by any means. All I know is that this is fantastic. Might as well drink the rest. This is an outstanding, world-class ration. The Germans know how to do it. Definitely giving the French a run for their money. Let's get this fruit out. Now I know that I could just eat this right out of the bag. I get that concept. I understand that concept, but I like to put it out so that you can actually see it. We had this in the first one, and it's really good. Apples and apricots. Freeze-dried fruit. Such a great idea. It's very lightweight. Just a little bit of water makes it taste fresh, like you just got it. And I believe that I mixed those cookies with this fruit in the last one I did, and it didn't go well together. Last bite of this. Such a great dessert. Let's try out some of these cookies. Swig of coffee. That's the way to do it. This is going to be even better. Do a little combo with the chocolate cookies and the chocolate. That's the way to do it. Let's check out this disinfectant wipe. Oh boy. Yeah, that's like straight up alcohol. Woo! That'll wake you up. Let's try out this gum. Get 12 pieces of gum. Smells minty. Not an overly powerful gum. Nice natural mint flavor. Nice chew. Kind of spongy, which I like. It's good gum. Would get the crud out of your teeth. Let's try out some matches. Red tip. These are actual wooden matches. Not working very well. Let's try it this way. Nope. Definitely not working very well. Yep. Yeah, I'm done with these. Your first fail, Germany. All right, well, there you have it. That was the 2019 German EPA Type 1. I always hear that the French have the best rations in the world, and they certainly have great mains, but I don't know. I have to say, so far, the German rations are my favorite. They are outstanding. It's definitely close. All the European rations are just fantastic. So if you stuck with me through this German EPA journey, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you watching. What a fantastic experience, and I'm so glad you were along with me for the ride. Make sure you go check out my first German EPA review. I'll leave a link to that during the outtakes in just a few seconds. And don't forget, I'm going to make a special drink after the outtakes at the very, very end. And I'll be back soon with another review. Later. What are you doing? All right, you have to get down. So like I said, I've had one of these. And it took me until like, I think the third meal to realize it was actually a vegetarian. Okay, this is not working very well. Oh, you son of a bitch. You f***er. Bend over. Ugh. That's good enough. Don't even think about it, dude. You'll burn yourself. No, you're gonna burn yourself. Get. I can definitely smell the cabbage though. I'm waiting this time. That shit's hot. I'm already getting full. Barely ate anything. Spend that money on a ration that... F*** you, man. Holy shit, first try. Oh, son of a bitch. I think it's Hungarian. I think that's where it... And then also, don't forget, I'm gonna make a... Damn, it's so fucking close. I need to get going. Always gotta be here. Always. You need to go. Get. We got that grapefruit drink left. Let's make something out of it. This is called a salty dog. Got some sea salt here. A little bit of this. Top it off with the grapefruit juice. There it is. Salty dog. Cheers. Now that's the way you do it. That's good shit.